You guys, Professional Bodger here, and yes, it's been a while. Today's video we are going to be jumping into, if you've forgotten about it, the Pajero Jr. This thing I've had now for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months, and it's been brilliant to be fair to it. Excellent in the bad weather we've had, bad snow and stuff, so yeah, it's time to do a bit of an upgrade on this thing. So today we're going to be doing an upgrade on the headlights. Let me show you them. Also quickly, if you remember, please remember to like, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. Get the YouTube algorithm to pass me along a bit. Let's get into it. We're going to use the Mini as our little table today. This is what we've got. As for how we're going to make them work, that is going to be the interesting thing we're going to find out today, but check out these bad boys. Oh yeah. So we've got the outside edge, which is a kind of daylight running light. Those are the main big ones, the main full beam. Second big one, or the one at the bottom, is the normal beam, and you got indicators as well. Oh yeah. So the plan is change these bad boys, which luckily we can use on the Mini, which is cool. We could put these in here, which would really funkify the Mini, but I'm kind of I like them looking old school, so we're gonna borrow these for the Mini, which is cool because they'll fit. And transfer those into this. Look at that, that's going to look actually awesome. So yeah, let's get figuring this crap out. First challenge, figuring out how the hell this grill comes off. It does look like it just pulls off, but yeah, these weird little things, they're not really clips, I'm not sure what they are. Obviously this car does not have a manual anymore. This one's the same, this one looks like it just prizes off too. So I'm just going to try and like jam them and pry them a bit like this. Classic screwdriver, we can always zip tie it back on worst case, so yeah, let me get this grill off. It's pretty difficult to show you, but this grill is putting up a bit of a fight. So we can get this in there to show you. That little thing there, it looks like you're going to try and press it or something, but that's what's holding the grill on, so I'm going to have to try and force this off. I'm not about to film it because I can barely get my fingers in here. Force that off on both sides hopefully, and then the grill will hopefully pop off. Let's see. Oh, right, as far as battles go, that was absolutely crazy. So everything's in the way. These things have been on for, who knows, 25 years, so they did not want to come off, so just push them forward, snap on the bolts, etc. It's just like working on an actual Mini. I mean, it is a Mini in a weird way. Right, finally got to these headlights, so let's get you some light. Basically, as you can see, it's kind of like a Mini, held on by a little metal sort of lip thing, a bit different style, but same idea. These are crusty as hell, so I've got to undo all these. Some there, and then there's one I think down there you can just about kind of see tucked under here. Yeah, I'm going to undo them on both sides, and then headlights should pop out. So the only tricky thing I've got with the whole thing is I'm going to have to add an extra wire from the indicator there, find the wire and tap into it to get the indicators on these now the old headlights to work. So it's going to be the only tricky part. I think it was the green one there, the green wire. That was the indicator, and the other one was for the daylight running lights. So yeah, a bit of figuring that bit out, but let's see if we can get this piece of crap out first. I'm not liking my chances. Alright, switch back to wide angle just in case the other angle's terrible. Good thing with this, without the adapter wire, which is that wire thing there, this thing almost has a plug and play wire. I mean, this took an absolute friggin' lifetime to get this headlight out. Mostly because the bolts are crusty, so I'm going to have to find something to replace them. But the idea is, we're going to see if this thing will work. So I'm going to plug it in, as you can see, it is almost plug and play. Plug them in there, we'll see if they work, so let's do that first, and then we'll work out the indicators afterwards. Hey, white Christ! Oh, it's bloody bright when you actually look at it with your eyes, but check out that. That's just normal beam, give it a full and see if that works. Other than being perpetually blinded, you can tell that does work. So next problem, side lights and indicators. Let's figure that out. Alright, let's see. There you go. So that would be daylight running lights. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to want that. Do I want that on one click or not? So yeah, we'll figure that out. And then the other one should be indicators. Ready? Whoosh. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. So obviously when that's wired into the actual hazards or the indicator itself, it will run through a little relay and it will flash like this, which will look pretty badass. Oh yeah. So next problem, add a wire to the indicator on the one side and same on the other side when we eventually get to it, and then the daylight running light problem we will figure out. Right, next stage, piece of wire. We have to do the same obviously on the other side, duplicate this. Get a piece of wire and I get one of these little snazzy connectors, so you snap it on, you obviously stick the end of this wire in here, snap it on there, and then that onto the wiring which I have to find for the indicator. So I'll trace it somewhere, snap it on, and then obviously connect it with one of these bad boys. Hopefully, I might have to trim it down a bit. As you can see in there, spade connector into, well, one for the indicator, which would be this one. Take that back off there. That doesn't need to be on there. Yeah, that'll go in. Hang on. So that will go into there, and then hopefully we'll have indicators when we flash them. So that is the next test. And then same for this thing, which will be run the same kind of thing with my other wire, which will be a black wire, down into the back of this, which will hopefully then give me daylight running lights, which should look pretty awesome. And then we'll worry about figuring out new bolts, etc., and attempting to get that grill back in, which without taking a bull bar and all the rest of that crap off would be impossible. So I'm going to have to just crush it in there. We'll see. We'll get to that when we come to it, and then do the same on the other side obviously. Yeah, fun. So I'll connect all this up and we'll see if it works. Alright, we're on a secondary crappy camera, but still we're going to connect him on there. As you can hopefully see, that snaps on there and snaps into the wire, and then we're going to add a little spade connector to the back end of one of these things that slots on there. Let's try and do this with one hand. Let's connect him. Oh, it's really difficult to do this. We've got sketchy things wrong with it, but the idea is he goes on there, he clamps onto there like that. Then the back end of this is going to go on here. Like so. And then hopefully we can test if this works. So for now, just wedged him in. Let's see if this thing flashes. Voila! Right, let's see if it indicates as well. My fault, immobilizer issues. Check it out. I mean, we'll look from there, hopefully you can see because of the blinding lights, but indicates flash. Flash a bit fast, but it might be an MOT issue. We can figure that out with a relay or something, but when? Check it out. Right, so we'll neaten the wiring up. We'll do the same thing with the daylight running light. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, what we've done is added on this one for hopefully a daylight running light. This one's hopefully indicator. Green and green seems to be the lives. This thing's going to go back in there. Wow. So we won't push it back in all the way for now, just like so. And there, let's test these bad boys again for the millionth time. Daylights, oh yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do now is get everything back in, push that back in there nice and easy. This one is a bit tricky because I'm going to have to find some new screws for here, but I shall do that. Get this thing back in there. Obviously we need to borrow, well, turn this thing over. We'll borrow the metal bowl thing, we can get it off, so I've got to undo this shit. One here, put that metal ring thing around there, clip it all back into place. Yeah, and then do the same on the other side. Awesome. So once I've done the other side, we'll come back right at the end and we'll have a look at how it all looks. Hopefully I can get the grill back on, but yeah, let's have a see. Alright, this is one of those jobs that have been an absolute ball ache. As you remember, I rounded those bolts off and I do not have anything else. Same with these, but what I've come up with is a very clever solution, I think. I managed to find a wall plug, whatever you want to call it, and I've had to cut it off nice and short and hold it on with a pair of pliers whilst I pushed in any old bolt that I had. Whoop, can we even see it? Not brilliantly. There we go. So there's the old random little bolt I found. It's not even a bolt. There's the random little screw I found, and I managed to hold on the back there with a pair of pliers and then tighten it in, and it works brilliantly. Look at this. Oh, I mean, I still got to do one here, but sturdy. Everything now works. I need to turn this just a little bit, make sure they're both somewhat the same. But yeah, next thing will be wham the grill back in after I've turned these and make sure I'm happy with the locations. And yeah, you'll see it all finally working. Side lights. That bottom right one's not working, but otherwise, headlights are the main thing. Very cool. Normal beam. Super. Looking good. Full beam with indicator on. It's interesting the way it does that. And we got hazard lights. Quick surprise ending. As I said, I get to keep the old headlights from the truck for the Mini. Tiny bit of modifying and they fit pretty much perfect. Obviously I'm missing the ring, that goes on the outside and nothing, but you get the idea. So yeah, double wind.